Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know about the biggest month of the year, September 2019. This is an energy update for the month of September here in 2019, and it's so far anyway the biggest, most powerful, most positive month of the entire year. You might have saw in the thumbnail, it said mass awakening. Now, that's going to be experienced in a very different way for like the masses. But you, parallel to the things I'm going to talk about in regards to that, it's an explosive month for you in a very positive way. It's going to be abundant with opportunity and inspiration, because as you can see with a lot of the stuff going on in the world with the hurricanes and stuff like that, the collective is manifesting what it needs for its own awakening. But you, because you're tapped in more so, and you understand that you sort of create your reality, and that allows you to have a very, very different experience where these same energies will be affecting you in a profoundly different and extremely positive and amazing way, which the world needs that balance. So as the world goes through its shift, you're going to be coming into your role as the leader and the master. And not only is that cool for you, but it also implies a really awesome life, just lived and driven and fueled by your soul's passion and inspiration, and then mirrored out there before you to enjoy and feast upon. So it's a lot of different kind of things going on. It's extremely good news for you, and it's also good news for the masses. But again, they're going to need some help from people like you who know what's going on, who have been going through the process, who knows how to navigate it. It's going to be important for you to really step up into your role, which you're going to find yourself confident and ready to do anyways, which is awesome. So anyways, that's kind of the gist of the introduction for this part. But as I always do, I'll break this video down into 5 more specific themes that you can really, bite your teeth upon and sink into and allow to carry, so you can carry them with you into this month, so you can get the absolute most out of it. Before I get into the video, let me just say, if you're brand new to my channel, a warm, sincere welcome to you. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here. I offer all of my subscribers a free guided meditation that'll help you really clearly align and tap into the wisdom of your higher self. It's a guided meditation that'll help you connect with your higher self. It's totally free. Check it out down below at the top of the description box if you'd like. And with that said, I'll see you in the video. Number 1, I wrote down huge opening of new ideas, new inspirations, new opportunities that are going to really, it really is time for you to live the life you've always been capable of living and have been destined to. It's time to step into the shoes you've been destined to step into and walk through life in. Okay, so you're gonna get everything you need to help you do that, because it's not just about you. I'm telling you, the world needs it. And I'll talk about that later with what's going on with the collective. But the world really needs you to be your full self. And you're going to find yourself having just new ideas that light you up, that will really take you into a whole new, like, big chapter of your life. It's almost like we're starting a new kind of a new big cycle right now, where there's a lot of stuff coming up and going on within you that's going to be essential for paving the way for you to get to this next part of your life, which is going to be a huge upgrade on all levels. So the way it's playing out for me is that, as I've been sharing a lot, is I want to be a writer. That's my next big chapter. This past 4 years or so have been about transitioning out of my old life, essentially, and building up my new life with YouTube and stuff. And now I'm taking on this big leap with writing books. And now I'm getting the ideas and the inspirations of how these different ideas are coming to me that will allow me to effectively do that going into 2020. But that's just me. It's going to be experienced different for everybody. But this is a month that's just going to be awesome and really help you go forward in your life in a very, very positive way. Again, not just for you and your own benefit, though it will be awesome and beneficial, but also for the collective. Number 2. It's a fantastic time to clean up the energy in your life. You might find a surprising wave of motivation and inspiration to, in a sense, declutter like physical areas of your life, like a garage or closet. Clutter in general, or physical objects that are representations of the old version of you, almost in a sense continue to reinforce and bind you to that old version of yourself that you're trying to transcend. So sometimes, it doesn't mean it's not a problem. Sometimes I'm saying you'll just feel like inspired to like, I just feel like I want to clean out the garage or clean out my closet or donate some of these old clothes. You just find yourself freeing up space, getting rid of the clutter within yourself, because there's an internal counterpart to these things in your life. So the way it played out for me is the other day I found myself randomly jazzed up to clean out my kitchen. And I'm not talking like clean up the kitchen after the kids ate. I'm talking about I wiped down, I took baby wipes, which are good for anything. I wiped down like the inside of all the cupboards. I reorganized everything. I decluttered the entire countertop. I spent like 2.5 hours in this little kitchen area rocking out to music. But by the end of it, the place had a lightness to it, a much higher vibe. Okay, so I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I like to eat. So that is my way of clearing up a component of energy in my life. And I'm also getting some new bedroom furniture delivered today and redoing our bedroom. Now, this can be experienced in many different ways. Now, I've been on this journey for a while. So for me, it's letting go a little bit and a lot of new awesome stuff coming in to kind of fill the space. But there were times in my life when it was kind of like I felt bombarded with awareness of all the different things that were cluttering up my life that took a lot of time and energy to dismantle and part with. So if you're going through it in that way, that's still profound. Really, I would invite you to pay attention to how you feel when you choose to get rid of some stuff and clutter in your life. Yeah, it's nice and convenient to have the space tidied up, but I'm talking about pay attention to how you feel vibrationally. Because I've gone through this, and I've gone through all ends of the spectrum. I remember one time when I had to gut my basement of all my medical marijuana grow equipment. That was something I did a long time ago. And it took me like a month of working a lot, like an hour a day maybe, at least, or even more. And it was dirty and it was exhausting. And by the end of it, yeah, it was cool to have the basement space, but I felt like a new person. I felt like that there was all that stuff was literally weighing down on me and reinforcing the old Victor. And once it was gone, not only did I feel great and I felt light, but that's when I just started getting flooded with these new ideas, these seeds for a brighter future. And it's a very impactful thing to declutter your closet. So if you feel yourself inspired to do it, now is a great time, because you're doing more than tidying up space. You're creating space for the new you to come in. Number 3, I wrote down the in-between stage, which is actually huge. And I'm telling you, huge, contrary to the boring title I've given it. So let me know if this sounds familiar to you. Your spiritual awakening began, maybe caught you off guard. And then once the magic wore off, which it does for most of us, you find yourself almost like falling and descending and losing everything. You lose your concepts on reality, your beliefs. You lose sometimes friends, family, careers, and it's just a period of letting go, into the scary unknown, the scary deep dark abyss, and you're just kind of falling and falling and falling. You have all the different symptoms of awakening that are kind of perplexing and unusual and something to contend with in it of themselves. And it's this period of uncomfortable dark night of the soul, letting go, sort of these cycles like that, and you go down and down and down and down and down and down and down. But then you plateau, and it stops. Not really, it doesn't really actually stop, but you plateau. And now you get into this little middle area where I'm talking about, where you're continuing to let go, you're continuing to heal, but you've let go of enough. You've awakened enough to where now you're starting to simultaneously attract new ideas, new opportunities, new seeds for a brighter future. And I promise you, this is going to go on for maybe a little while. But eventually you'll have let go enough, and there'll be so much more new things coming in that really are representative of your truth, that is now more exposed than ever. And they will build up and build up and build up. And this momentum will start to just build and build and build and build in your life, and eventually take you up, back out. But look at it this way. Maybe you started up here and you descended a little bit down here. And once this momentum builds, you're going to go and go and go, and not just stop here where you were before. That maybe sounds nice to you. I just want to feel better and be where I was. No, you're going to keep exploding up in all ways: career, relationships, health, sense of self, spiritual connectedness, anything you want and can imagine, you're going to have more of. Okay, but there's this in-between state that's very powerful, very crucial. A lot of you might not want to be there because it can be nerve-wracking. Now, I'll give an example. My friend Forrest is in it right now. It's really beautiful to watch. He's someone who's been on the path, which is why I really like working with him. He's really been following his intuition, but he hasn't really manifested like the abundance and the freedom and all that kind of stuff that he is driving towards just yet. He's in this in-between stage. And the other day he came over and explained he's like strapped for cash and he's really stressing out. A lot of these like big problems are kind of coming into his life, but that's like the old vestiges of his old self sort of like still with him to an extent. But parallel to that, he's going to become a coach for me very soon. He's just attracting these really awesome, like profound opportunities for him in his life. And he's in a good space. He's excited. He's so excited about his future. So there's these new things, new opportunities, new ideas coming in as the old self is sort of withering away. And he's in the in-between stage, and he can feel it. He can feel it. He's heading this way. And so are you, my friend. If you relate with this, just you can trust your own intuition, not just what I'm saying. Is your own intuition will be like, listen, I know it seems maybe dire in certain areas of your life right now, but focus upon the new that's coming in to your life. For that is exactly what you need at the perfect timing to lift you not only out of this, but into the new life. And even as you start to lift out of this and into your new life, into your new sense of self, you're going to see the profound value in going through this little limbo stage. That's when you're really learning to walk the path of faith. Not just hoping you have faith, but living as a person of faith. You'll have that true confidence in yourself, in the divinity that exists to carry you forward and make your dreams come true. That will be a real thing for you, not just an idea because you've read something that motivated you. No, you will be an expression of one who lives this path, and just it's all up from here. It's all up from here, and it's an amazing, special time that's so wonderful. I'm just so excited that this is like a big theme, and I'm experiencing this in my own life. I've gone through this, but I'm going through it again to an extent where I'm phasing out of one area and heading into this new area, but I'm still kind of in the middle, but it's all good. It's a special place to be. Number 4, what would a month be without profound healing and transformation? That's going down this month too, my friend, and it really correlates nicely with where we're going. We're going into such a new and awesome area that we will need to lighten our load a little bit, which is always good. So you might have noticed that August gave you some awareness of maybe more deeper rooted things within yourself that you would prefer to let go of, things that are being brought to your attention, like, yeah, this is here, and also this. But August is more a month of just getting the information, like, okay, this is here and this, now what? What do I do with it? It's, I don't want it. I don't want these old issues that I can now see are here and influencing my life. What now? September is about you healing it and going through kind of a transformation and renewal of those things. So this will happen for everyone in their own way. I happen to have an ayahuasca retreat coming up in the next week or so. That's a way that I happen to let go of a lot of baggage in a short span of time. Maybe you have something similar. Maybe you don't even know. It's just going to kind of happen for you in its own way. You don't need something like that. But the point is, there will be a lot of welcomed release of these things that have been maybe brought to your attention recently. And those things that have been brought to your attention have been brought there in a perfect timing, because those are the things that will need to go for you to really cleanly and smoothly go in this new direction and step into this new role of your mastery. But you can trust it'll happen in the way it's supposed to and what works beautifully and perfectly for you. We're all different. Number 5, I wrote down, sort of going with in alignment with the thumbnail, mass awakening. The collective is now at a point where it's beginning to attract whatever it needs to help wake itself up with the masses. People who you may have given up on and thought were too closed off and unconscious to spring into the awakening as you have, aren't. They're not too closed off. And they're going to go through their own process in a way that's perfect for them. But to the outside observer, from this sort of linear human perspective, it can seem like things are getting bad. Like the hurricane that just ran through the Bahamas, as an example. Very serious things are happening to lots of people, and that's sort of a macrocosmic example. You might even notice little microcosmic examples in your own life with people you know who are still a bit unconscious in a sense, and who you are sort of rooting for on the sidelines. They might very well be going through their own stress, but it's important for you not to look in fear and even pity, rather to step back into this higher knowing, where your intuition will confirm what I'm about to say, is that it's all perfect. It's all perfect. This is exactly what the collective needs. Where we came to a planet that's extremely asleep. So it's not going to just be a gentle, like, hey, it's time to wake up. Hey, come on. We're gonna need the alarm clocks to go off a little bit, but that's okay, because and then they're awake. And the more cycles we go through like this, where lots of people spring up into their awareness and their awakening at once, it's going to really get a lot easier and a lot smoother going forward. So that's what I wanted to share about the collective. And I just invite you to look upon what's going on in the world with an open heart and with empathy, but also standing firm in your knowingness and your calm. Because that's why it's going to be so good for you this month. The timing is always perfect. Just when the collective needs you the most, you're going to be ready. This is a month of you getting ready, and you being this guide, teacher, mentor, master, healer, or just as equal, a calm presence. A calm, confident presence, someone who really is tapped into the greater, just the awareness of the greater unfoldment taking place, the divine orchestration, the divine mass awakening taking place. You're here to know that and express that knowing, whether through your action or your passions or your purpose, or just with your energy. It's all the same. It's all equal. It's all perfect, okay? So it's a phenomenal month for you, and a phenomenal month for the masses, if you want to look at it that way. That's how I choose to look at it. But it's a very, very powerful, real month this here in September, okay? And I just wish you nothing but the best. I'm so happy to be here sharing with you and sharing in front of you. And I just want to say thank you for the work you're doing, because it's not something... We can't do this alone. We really can't. There are times where I really struggle, and I really have to dig down and dig deep to just do that next right thing in my life. And it's hard. And if it was just me doing it, it wouldn't be enough. But I know you're doing the same thing. Maybe not perfectly, me either, not far from it. But you're trying your best to be the best person you can each and every day. And a lot of the masses, which is why they need this awakening, they have sort of allow themselves to be complacent in a sense. They're not striving for self-optimization or self-mastery as you so ambitiously are. Okay, so thank you. Long story short, thank you, because I know how much work it takes, and I really appreciate you. And the fact that I have so many people watching my channel who would relate with this kind of information, it's very hopeful and very profound, and it's a blessing to be in this together with you, my friends. So have an amazing day, have a fantastic month, and I'll of course be in touch. Namaste.